Yo, 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 welcome back to Driving the Line, your number one sports betting show in all the land. And it's not close. Listen, I am the host today. As you all know, we got rid of Coach. I'm kidding. No, Coach is on assignment doing the Zurich Classic. Make sure you check out the show that is on demand right now in your feed after the show. But go check it out. The show is always winning, it's always cashing. Make sure you go check it out. Coach does a good job over there. Let's go look back at yesterday's plays. Went a 5-7 home day, but I want to point out one thing. I got Charles cashing. The coach 0-2. Myself, I put in a play during the actual live feed. Coach shouted out Kyrie Irving over 4.5 rebounds. Cashed again. And, we're going to go ahead and look at this further. I want to talk to one guy, the 5-tool player. Let's go ahead and bring him in. His name is Allan Bell. What we call him, AB, or Mr. Sinesta Select. What's up, AB?
Hey, what's up, DG? Hey, doing a good job so far, man. Shout out to the coach calling the Zurich Classic this weekend. So good luck to him. But yeah, dude, you're doing great, man.
I want to point out something because I saw in your plays. I want to talk about it. The Clemson Georgia game. We had Florida. Florida came through and beat the team from Cologne, right? And so we wanted to go ahead and cash Clemson, even the over, and there were no runs. Like, what happened?
Dude, it was brutal. All right, so Georgia ends up winning 4-3 in the bottom of the 15th inning. 15th, that's correct, right? Clemson literally led the whole game. Now, we lost the bet, all right, but I have to give a shout out to Georgia. Georgia is an excellent baseball team. Like, we've said it all year long, and that's a big, big win in a midweek against a really good baseball team and not doing it the normal Georgia style, right? Georgia, number 2 in the country in home runs. Usually they just blast folks, right? But that was a hard fought win. It was a weird game, man. So anybody that stayed up late for it, it felt like extortion. But you know what? That seemed to be the theme of the day yesterday. So yeah, we'll move on from that one. Get a little better luck in baseball today.
It felt like that Yankees game. It was the Yankees game the day before, and then it was that. It was disgusting. But I will say, Joey Blaze says the lid game is on point. We got a little Mims lumber, a little shine down, but they turn it up, and it's actually a Grizzlies hat. So that's a shine down logo turned into a G. I don't know. I just bought the hat.
I like it. No. Like, you remember, like in elementary school, like the S thing that like everybody would draw? Like, it kind of has that feel. I like it, man. It's nice.
As Big Cheesy says, DG is running the ship. It feels like a day of winning. But let's go ahead and talk about the Howie Schwab.
Real quick. Sorry, not to interrupt you. Wright State continues to be an absolute wagon for us. They walked off Ohio State 14-13 yesterday. I mean, just Wright State overs. Anytime you get them, ride them. Like, it is the gift that keeps on giving. So everybody that cashed that one, yeah, nice job on that. Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, that's good. Let's go ahead and ride the play today with the Howie Schwab Crew Play of the Day.
Yes, sir. So 2 NBA games that we're going with. All right, pick which spread you like. You going with the Heat plus 14.5 against the Celtics, or Celtics minus 14.5 against the Heat. And we have the Pelicans plus 7.5 on the road against the Oklahoma City Thunder at minus 7.5. Polls in the chat. Vote now. We will update as we always do at the end of the show.
Those are big numbers. I get the whole Celtics one, but that Pelicans OKC game just screams that it's going to be closer than that. But we'll let the crew pick for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get into our picks for the day, and let's bring in the guys. All right, there are no walks parlay for me, Jeff. I apologize, but you know what? We have 2 of the best. Let's go to Raphael first. What's up and good morning? You're on mute.
You're muted. I'm on mute again. I'm on mute because I'm typing, because I like to be fresh on the questions that come in, and I always forget to take it off, so I apologize. I blame Lily. Lily was asking me questions. I've been answering her, so I'm blaming her, not myself on this one. But good morning, crew. Good morning, DG. Great job. I guess I'm the only one that doesn't have a hat on because I guess I have hair, so that's why I have hat. So that's why I always have a no hat on.
Listen, I was told many a times I look too professional. So I'm trying to look more like Coach, bring myself down a little bit. But let's go down to the other guy who is from the dirty. What's up, Charles?
Morning, DG. Morning, crew. Um, Excited about today's card. I hope everyone followed me yesterday on socials as well. So, big card today. Hope everyone follows. Much success. Let's go ahead and cash some tickets.
I got a question, Charles. So you have been absolutely hammering it on the free plays, as you call them, on the X. Tell us a little bit about that. Are you giving out plays after the show?
Absolutely. Especially a lot of times, especially sometimes if my plays don't do so well on the show as well, I try to make sure I make up for it one way or the other. So I'm always looking to take care of the community. Nothing makes me happier to help people cash tickets. So yeah, I prioritize that.
Hey, can I say something real quick? Going off of that. All right. So on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, the most difficult part is keeping track. Like Charles says, like, hey, I'm going to have a pick after the show or live, whatever, like during the day, right? Obviously, we know that Twitter is an algorithm-built social media platform, meaning that you probably see 10 to 15% of the people that you follow, you actually see their tweets, and you miss most of them. That's the biggest problem, right? I think that we've solved it. I've been working on this. We have a community. If anybody is familiar with Reddit, right? Essentially, this is a live chat that never goes away. So what I want to do is create that, have that, and house everything of every communication that we want to have on Twitter to keep it absolutely simple. So if you look up in communities on Twitter, Driving the Line, that's what it's called. We'll put a link out, producer man, after the show, during the show, whenever. I know he's got a million things on his plate, but that's what we want to do so that at any time, these never go away and they're just lined. So we can always see live plays, and whenever live betting, we can all do it together because it's essentially right there. It's a live chat. Nobody really uses this feature on Twitter, and I think it's really going to help. So, yeah, we'll continue doing that, posting there, and going from there. It should absolutely solve all of Twitter's problems with that.
Yeah, we're going to keep riding that for sure. We're bringing the community into other spaces. That's the biggest thing is growing the community, but also bringing along and kind of developing and nurturing just as you would a kid. That's what Coach has done to me, is nurtured me up to this level. But let's go ahead and get into the picks today. I rode you there on your free plays with 2 baseball plays yesterday. We got some soccer today. Go ahead and give me some of your soccer plays there, Charles.
Yeah, we're going to break this down. I'm doing a little different today. We're going to go to the EPL first, Man United and Gary Sheffield United. I'm going to grab both teams to score in over 2.5 goals. This prop is cashed in 3 straight meetings in 4 of their last 5 matchups. Next up, we're going to move to Crystal Palace and Newcastle. Crystal Palace averages 1.6 team goals at home, and Newcastle averages 1.7 team goals on the road. Plus, you could also, if you wanted to, look at both teams to score in the over 2.5 in this one as well. That's cashing in 56% of Crystal Palace home matches and 60% of Newcastle on the road. But I'm just going to keep this one safe, kind of like the Arsenal in case it's lopsided, the over 3 full-time goals. And lastly, we have the Merseyside derby, Everton, Liverpool. Liverpool road games average 3.1 total goals. And with Everton hovering around the relegation zone, they need points. So they cannot sit back like they normally do and park the bus. So they'll need to push forward as well. So we'll back goals in this one as well. Also over 3 full-time goals.
Look at all these overs. And listen, I know nothing about soccer. So, Raphael, I'm going to ask you your opinion about those plays.
Well, we had a discussion, me and Charles, before. He kind of blew one of my plays that I have going today. But I like those plays, especially. I think we see a lot of goals being scored in a Man U game against Gary Sheffield. So that should be exciting. Probably going to be like a 3-1 final. Can maybe see a 2-0 final. No disrespect to Charles and both teams to score. But
Watch yourself.
I think Man U takes care of business today against the Sheffield boys.
Hey, how did over the weekend? I noticed that Brest played. How did they do? Did they win?
Yeah, that one did actually.
They did.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Brest fans. All right, keep going. Sorry.
Is the name Gary Sheffield, Charles? Is that actually correct?
That's in honor of Howie.
Okay, just want to make sure. I figured I wanted to just verify.
Dude, by the way, dude,
Yes.
Sheffield,
Yes.
dude, he had a great swing. Yeah.
And Rafael, who did he play for at one point besides everybody?
Dodgers. He played for the Mets. Didn't he play for the Braves?
Everybody.
Brewers.
The
Brewers?
Braves.
Oh, I can't believe I said the B word. Oh, jeez. We're only 10 minutes in.
All right, Rafael, let's go back to you there. I know you have a hockey play and a baseball play. Go ahead and give me both of them today.
Yeah, we're going to go with the hockey one first. Big game at American Airlines with the Dallas Stars hosting Golden Knights. Golden Knights steal game one, and if Dallas wants to win this game, they need to keep this game under. There is some 5.5s, but I think when the puck gets dropped, we're going to see solid sixes. I'll lay mine at the 6 minus 120 on the under. I think it's going to be an under game. The last two regular season home games Dallas played, they only gave up 2 goals, and both of those games went under the total. I just think it's going to be an under game. I think the Stars, I would look at maybe 3-way on the Stars, maybe even money minus 105. But I think this game goes under Golden Knights and Dallas. And then in baseball, no one is talking about the Cleveland Guardians. They've been scoring runs like crazy. Best team in baseball right now. They have won 5 straight. They scored over 3.5 runs in all those 5 games. They've won 7 out of their last 8, and all those games also went over the total of 3.5. I'll lay the $130 with the Guardians team total. They're just crushing the ball, but of course we have to talk about the Dodgers. We have to talk about the Braves. We have to talk about the Yankees.
I got a
nothing talks about Guardians.
I got a trivia question for you. All right, and don't feel like you have to answer it right now, but you can if you want. Number 1, you're correct on the Guardians. Number 2, over the last 2 years, do you know which Major League Baseball team has been the most profitable for bettors over the last 2 years?
That's a great trivia. I'm going to try to think about it. I don't want to
think
Google
on it for a second. Yeah,
yeah,
chat, think on it. Yeah, write what you think that it is. I'll give the answer here in just a bit. But yeah, this team has made a ton of money, and it's not one of those teams of, Braves, Dodgers. Like, it's not one of those.
And Lily's correct. I think Ohtani's ball just landed as we were talking last night. That thing was just monster. It was 113 velo. I haven't veloed that as excited when my wife said, let's go shopping. But that thing was crazy, that home run.
Yeah, that exit velocity was nice.
Who was on that play yesterday? So I had somebody that was on Ohtani home run and
I was
on the yard. You were?
Yeah,
okay.
he was. Yep.
Wow. Look at you, Rafael. All right, see if you can come back today, just like I am. I'm trying to Wally Pip coach. I'm doing my best job. I'm trying my hardest. But you listen, let's go ahead and get into my plays next. I love your plays there, Rafael. But I'm going to go with all NBA. And listen, I love you, AB. But what are we doing with the Tiger? I need the big bear.
You want the bear? All right. Look, I thought Memphis, man. I was going to give it to you. All right. But all right, we don't worry. We're adaptable here. Go ahead.
All right, let's go to the NBA right quick. And it is the Kevin Love show. I was on this last time, and unfortunately, 7 points in the first half. And then he finished with, yeah, you guessed it. It was 7 points. Made me mad because I allotted him all the way up to 10 and 12. But we're going to go back to Kevin Love. He had 7 points in the last game on 13 minutes. I expect him to have at least 15, 16 more minutes this game. And then we're going to go to Sam Hauser over 5.5 points. This line has absolutely moved up to 6.5, but also the odds have moved. But be patient. These guys are role players. The lines will fall back down. And so don't worry about if for some reason you see this and it goes away. Just wait for it. The line will come back down. And if for some reason it does not, look at Sam Hauser, 2+ 3-pointers. You can usually find this around that same number. And so either way, I like it because the only thing he does shoot is 3-pointers. But I just felt more comfortable because the odds were exactly the same when I looked at it late last night. And then Al Horford over 6.5 points. The dude is just a cashing machine. 18 out of the last 20, 10 points last game versus Miami. He played 25 minutes. I expect him to keep playing. And so make sure you play all these guys. They're all role players, all in the same game, the Miami and Celtics game tonight. I expect the Celtics to show up. I'm not sure about that line. That line might be a little too big. But all right, AB, let's go ahead and get into your plays. What you got for us today?
All right, so first off, the chat has nailed it. The correct answer was the Baltimore Orioles. That was the answer. Well done. Best in the game, as we always say, best in the Midwest. All right, we've got one play. And look, I've been getting my ass kicked lately, all right, the last couple of days. Besides on Sunday with college baseball, it's been tough Monday and Tuesday, but we're going to bring this thing back here. All right, combo parlay, plus 105. Coastal Carolina money line. All right, against Creighton, which Creighton's a good baseball team. Creighton won against Coastal last night. We're going to take Coastal on the bounce back, and we're going to take the Marlins and Braves. Both teams to score 2 plus runs. That's it. 2 runs each. That is it. Put those two together, plus 105.
So what's AB with those plays? The first one, Coastal Carolina, where are they ranked now? Because I know they were ranked in the top 25 at one point. Do you know, are they still ranked?
Yeah, I had to check because the data actually wasn't even uploaded, which I'm glad that you just said that. We have the college baseball show coming today. And look, it's been the last 2 weeks that they've only uploaded like half the data. So it's been brutal, man, to figure out. So I didn't want to give everybody half of a show, but yeah, Coastal Carolina, 13th. Sorry, they're ranked 13th. I was rambling there, but it was a good transition. College baseball show today, 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers are ranked 13th in the country.
And I just hope that we have the Miami Marlins can score 2 runs, because I feel comfortable that the Braves can score 2, but 2 runs, the Marlins
Jeff,
got shut out yesterday.
My man Jeff said, look, Jeff, I love, Jeff says, maybe stop taking the Braves. Look, dude, it's the craziest thing. Like, the Braves keep winning games, right? But like, none of the props come through. Like, unless you like play Marcell Ozuna, right? Which DG,
Right.
You and Charles have been crushing on that. Austin Riley's really not doing much. Acuna's not doing much. Matt Olson's not doing much, man. Like, it's been wild as hell. So, dude, that's funny, man. Jeff, well done, buddy.
Yeah, I hope that somehow the Marlins can muster up 2 runs. I would assume they're a real major league team, so I would assume. Charles, any thoughts on the Marlins being able to just muster up 2 runs? Because the Braves have to score more than 2.
Well, we saw them on Monday have 6 hits through 5 innings and couldn't get a single run. 6 hits should produce 3 runs.
Right.
Generally they had 4 hits in the first, 3 hits in the first inning. And I looked and I saw the box score 3 hits in the first inning that didn't score. I don't even know how that's possible, but they did it.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Cubs won yesterday, if you guys wanted to know.
Yeah.
Are they still playing? All right, let's go back to you, Charles. I know you have 3 more plays, and I can probably not say any of these names, so let me go ahead and throw it to you for your plays.
Oh, we could get AB to narrate it. We're going to France League One, Marseille and Nice. Nice first half team total over 0.5. They've scored a first half goal in 4 of their last 6 matches. Plus, I like them in a dog spot as well. Don't be surprised to see them cover or win straight up in this spot. Next up, Monaco Lille over 2.75 full-time goals. These two have combined for 3 or more goals in 5 of their last 8 encounters. This is another one I could look at both teams to score in over 2.5. I could see it 2-1 either way or 2-2, but I'm just going to keep it safer just in case we get one team that scores all the goals. And lastly, Lorient PSG over 3 full-time goals. The over is cashed in 7 of their last 10 games, and I expect a wide open match with Lorient having to push to score. They're also another team at the bottom of the table, so they have no other choice to push forward. Plus, against this dangerous PSG side, they'll oblige them and happily counterattack and get their fair share as well.
Charles, what time are these games, your whole board? Because usually when I go to play you, I either just forget to play them because they're early games. Well, what time are we looking at for a lot of these games?
2:45 Eastern, I believe, is the start time.
Okay.
Yeah. 2:45 Eastern and 3 for some of them.
Yeah, so if you're trailing Charles, always make sure you get his in a lot earlier. And usually we don't have a ton of baseball from you. It is mainly just soccer, but for the simple fact that your plays are coming in much earlier than maybe just like day baseball plays would be. So
I had the baton and the relay. I started for everybody.
All right, real quick. Do we want to do a giveaway today? A fun one.
Yeah.
You guys in?
Duh.
Okay. Our man, Mims Lumber, you always see me rep it. Randall Mims, owner, CEO, in the chat. He's a premium member. Has been supporting us from the beginning. I have 2 of these hats left, brand new, ready to go. If everybody will just write in, all right, I'll find you. We're going to play the over today, all right? We've got Georgia, Southern, and Mercer, all right? Exciting game. We don't have the total out, but it should be about 12.5, maybe 11.5, depending on that, right? So if the over hits, choose 2 people, and I'll mail you a hat today and literally take a picture of mailing it out to you. I'll give address and all of that. But yeah, man, that's what we're going to play because we just don't have any options with the books. They've given us literally 2 games to play today. 2. That's it. Now, there's not a lot on the board, so I don't blame them completely, but we've only given us 2. So Georgia Southern, Mercer, if the over hits, yeah, I'll mail 2 of those.
Make sure you go ahead and get in the word IN in the chat so we can make sure we have that. One thing before we go ahead and move on, AB, I want to ask you this weekend, looking ahead, any matchups for college baseball that you're actually looking at and circling like, hey, I want to target that game?
Yeah. We've got some big ones coming up this week, man. Some really big ones. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, man. We've got Georgia ranked 20th in the country at number 1, Texas A&M. We've got number 10, Florida State at number 6, Duke. We've got number 5, Clemson at Louisville. And be careful with that one because Clemson could find some trouble. And then the Civil War, dude. Number 22, Oregon. Number 9, Oregon State. Gonna be a hell of a series. Cannot wait to watch that one. The Mississippi State coming to Nashville against number 11, Vanderbilt. Man, there's a lot of them, dude. A lot of them. It's going to be good.
I like it. Looks like Raphael, a little freeze. And then John wants me to spell in again. It's I-N. Listen, I'm not the spelling bee champion, but I came runner up. So I-N, if you'll put that in the chat, I would appreciate it. And Glenn wants to know, Charles, where's the dirty?
You know what the dirty is? Anything below the Mason-Dixon. So we can say that's the dirty.
I like it. All right, so we were going to go over to educate and entertain, but I want to kind of stall for a second because I'm not exactly sure where Raphael is. I don't want to send you alone.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead and hit home runs if you want to, man. Oh, there he
is.
Right,
there he is.
I had literally the power just flickered off and came back on. That was the weirdest thing ever.
Hey, that's what you get for a bad mouth in Atlanta. Bobby Cox got you, boy.
I admit. That's on me. Braves are the best team in baseball back there. Win the World Series this year.
Somebody just got a free month of power. There you go. Well done.
We're going to find Raphael at the Sonesta Select. But you know what? You're going to find me and Charles in catering. Charles, you got the per diem sent to you this morning?
You already know.
We're going to hit the catering.
So I'll share.
Yeah, we'll hit the catering this morning if you two guys would take care of educate and entertain.
Me and you, big boy. Let's go. All right, Raphael, first off, we are going to be talking NFL draft. All right, we've got the NFL draft starting tomorrow, Thursday night. All right, so first, just what are you seeing in the market from books, whether it's, what, the public is heavily betting, sharp money, where the books are going, general advice, right? Like, I'm going to step back. Yeah, what do you see of it?
Well, right now, the books are seeing that we call this NFL Appreciation Day, because right now the books don't win much money at all or lose a lot of money during the NFL draft year after year. That's where the limits are low. You see these people, I crushed the books on the NFL draft. Some of these prop bets are only $200 to $500 max bets. Even some of them are even lower than that. But right now we're seeing everyone's questioning, where's J.J. McCarthy going? That's why his prop bet number is going crazy, either over 5 or under 5.5. We'll talk about that with the quarterbacks. But right now, the money's just coming in on who's going to be the second-round pick, who's going to be the second wide receiver taken. We all know Harrison's going to be the first wide receiver. So a lot of money coming in, and total SEC players being drafted, 9.5 over that one. I think there's still good value at -$2 on that one, but it should be crazy on there. But let's throw up my first graphic of the total quarterbacks drafted on that one. Total quarterbacks drafted in the first round. I am totally blown away that this thing's over under 4.5, and the juice is still -250. This one opened up anywhere between -160, -175. This one should be -$3 or higher, because we all know who's been Caleb Williams, Bears, Drake May, probably the second pick going to the Commanders, J.D. Daniels probably going to the Patriots. J.J. McCarthy is going to be the big factor on this one. He can either go to Denver, he can go to the Giants. It's going to be very interesting. And then Michael Penix, he can either go to the Vikings. That'd be the fifth one. Keep an eye on Bo Nix. Bo Nix can crash the party on this one. Minnesota, Denver, and the Giants are looking at this one. I'm just totally blown away that this number is 4.5. And I know the juice is minus 250. DraftKings is minus 280 right now. I still think that's good value. I don't care if that juice, because this should be around $3, close to $3.50 on this one. It should be easy over bet, because you figure teams want quarterbacks. Teams think this is a quarterback heavy draft. I don't believe it is, but teams are looking to try to cash that one. So JJ McCarthy is going to be the big X factor in this one, but keep an eye out for Bo Nix to crash the party in round one. Let's give the other graphic up there. You have any questions?
No. Look, I mean, I was going to say, okay, so first off, we can't parlay props on the draft, right?
No. Well, some books will, but then you're looking at really low limits, like $10 limits, $20 limits. I would, you know what? I'll make sure I'll check that out, and I'll X that out. I'll put a list of what books are parlaying drafts. So check out for that tweet later on this morning. But I only know one book.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like I remember forever, like, because you get those numbers that are like minus 250 that you just really can't do a whole lot with, right? But no, dude, keep going. Like, you don't need me. You just keep firing off, dude. You did great, man. You did great.
Let's get the graphics of the wide receivers. Look at that. OHIO in that graphic right now. Total wide receivers drafted in the first round's over under 6.5. Everyone thinks this is a heavy wide receiver draft. It is, but probably only for the first 3 to 4 wide receivers. After that, you're going to see a lot of them drafted in the 3rd, 4th round. Malik Neighbors from LSU. He was mentioned to be maybe the first wide receiver selected. Now he's minus $3 for to be the second wide receiver drafted. I don't think Odunze, Thomas Jr., his partner in crime at LSU, I don't think he'll go number 2, but I think Neighbors being a number 2 draft pick for number 2 wide receiver drafted, I think is a really good bet. Again, laying big wood, but again, this one's minus $4 or $5. It's not big juice if there's value in that juice. So we keep an eye on that one. And yes, Pat, Reggie Bush did get his Heisman back today. So congratulations, Reggie Bush.
Wait, did he really?
Yeah, he got it back. Yeah, he got it back this morning.
Okay, all right. So first off, look, while you're going, I'm just sitting here taking notes, man. Number 2, I was going to say, look, Reggie Bush better get his Heisman back. If they sent out a tweet on O.J. Simpson's death, like, dude, come on. You got to give Reggie his Heisman back. Okay, yeah. Hey, look, keep cooking, man. Write this down. Keep going.
Top 10 Big Ten players drafted in the first one. I like this one because this is right here is the reason why the sportsbooks lose in the NFL draft. I don't understand why this one is that 5.5. It should be a little bit higher. The juice should be like minus $2 on this one. It's minus 125. I see 6, maybe 7 Big Ten players out there. Take an eye out for Chop Robinson. He's going to be interesting from Penn State, the nice edge rusher. His over-under is 26.5 drafted in the first round at plus 160. I say take the over. I see him going 27th to maybe Arizona and 28th to maybe Seattle. You're getting plus money on that one. So I just totally blown away. I know we're not talking about the SEC because we have to talk about SEC when we talk about college football or we get fined here at the DTL. But keep an eye out for the Big Ten. I like that over 5.5. And again, Chop Robinson from Penn State.
I like it, man. Hey, look, the Big Ten and the SEC are pretty much like those are they're going to essentially just run the entire damn thing. You know what I mean? Like that's how college, and I don't mean like winning. I'm just talking about like as we see this thing morph, I think we're just going to go to like 2 huge conferences. I don't know how this thing's going to go. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Well, I was in a conference last year about they really want to keep it into 5 conferences. And the biggest X factor in all this is Notre Dame. They really want Notre Dame to go to ACC, not Big Ten, because that solidifies the ACC. I think that keeps Florida State from jibber-jamming, wanting to leave. I think that it keeps Clemson in there. If Notre Dame is going to be the big reason if this thing goes to either 3 conference or 5 conference. If Notre Dame goes to ACC, which that's what their Power 5 wants, then I think we see 5 conferences in there. But if they go to the Big Ten, which I would have to say right now, the Big Ten would be the favorites if I had to do that number. But I know the powers that be want Notre Dame to go to the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, they've always kind of held that negotiating sword, so to say, right?
Don't want to get that NBC money up.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. Hey, look, I can't blame it for it, man. Smart play. All right, I've got 2 questions for you before we get to home runs and bring the fellas back here. All right. Now, you provided some fun NFL draft weird props, okay? So I'm gonna read these two to you. I'm gonna do it one at a time, okay? All right. Now, number one, the first one here. All right. How many trades will there be in round one? Over 5.5 minus 150, under 5.5 plus 110.
I always go under because everyone makes the NFL being the creme of the creme. We have 4 days. They're showing a ticker right now on ESPN. When's the first draft going to be? The NFL draft is usually a dud. There's not that much hype, not that much trades on this. So I'm going to go under on this one. I just think too much hype. They're trying to pump it up. They're trying to steal action from the NBA, NHL playoffs, and baseball because the NFL are greedy. I like the under.
Okay. All right. And here's the last one. And look, we'll put all these together because you did a phenomenal job on so many of them. Here's the last one. Will Jim Harbaugh, throughout the draft, will he select at least one player from Michigan? All right. Yes, plus 150. No, minus 200. Where are you going?
I have to take the plus one in this. I was going back and forth on this one. I don't look at much mock drafts. I don't look at a lot of stuff when I do all this, but I actually did for this one. I just don't see him doing it. The Chargers don't have that many picks overall. They need help, and the help that they need, no Michigan players can actually probably help them. So I want to say no at minus $2, but yes, at plus 150 is very, very tempting.
Yeah, it really is, especially getting after that 15-0 tattoo. You know he's going to love that one. All right, Raphael, great job, buddy. And we're going to definitely be talking more about the NFL draft tomorrow, leading into Thursday night's NFL draft first round. But, DG, look, I'm not a host, man. Need you back in here, boy. Throw it right back to my guy.
Sorry. I thought we were still in the green room. My bad. Listen, all right, let's go ahead and get into a little bit. I've had so much fun, Charles. Listen, we're running mates in the presidential election coming up, and so we've had a chance to hammer out some of the details. But let's see who's going the yard today. And Charles, we're going to go ahead and lead off with you here.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab. Let's grab Giancarlo because I definitely see runs in this Yankees game. So Giancarlo Stanton plus 350.
I like that. It looks like it should be a little bit better weather there and where they're playing at. So I like that play a lot. Raphael, your thoughts on this?
First of all, AB, we need to go back and see how many times the graphic has hit a home run in these polls. That'd be kind of an interesting stat. I would love to see that. I'm going to take Alvarez because they're playing in my Cubs. The Cubs are due for a big letdown game. I can see Alvarez maybe snapping out of his slump. I can see that. I'll take the 4-1. I think that's a very, very good number. Freddie Freeman was really, really close at plus 475, but I want to take Alvarez. I think the Cubs lose today.
Yeah, Freddie and Mookie need to kind of wake up a little bit. Mookie has definitely came out hot at the beginning of the season, and he slumped. And then we saw Shohei Ohtani hit last night. So I expect one of these two dudes, whether it is Freeman or Betts, to hit some today. AB, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going Corey Seager here with the Rangers plus 275. I know it's chalk, but it's a good number here. I'm fascinated because I feel like it's either going to be Seager or Garcia, right, that go yard. And, we had Garcia on the graphic yesterday. Man, it's tough. Look, John has a good one. Tio Hernandez, I swear to you, he was literally number 6. Literally number 6. On here, but I'm going to go with Corey Seager. The chat is correct too. Freddie Freeman, very, very due. And Buxton, man, when's it going to happen? But yeah, I'm going Corey Seager here.
A little bit more about that game, the Seattle game and the Texas game. Cal Raleigh has hit 4 home runs in the past 5 games. And so he's heating up. If that's somebody to look at as well, he has the lowest odds in that game. But I also checked out the odds while we were sitting in the green room a little bit, and Corey Seager is now at plus 330 over on FanDuel, and then Adolis Garcia, who I'm going to go with off the board a little bit because Coach isn't here. He has plus 350. But looking at Corey Seager, I like that play, AB, for the simple fact that he had, I believe, 2 home runs in the matchup last year versus Bryce Miller, and he's playing at home against a guy who he's familiar with. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan of that. All right. Well, if you missed all of the plays that we gave out this morning, have no fear. We're about to run it back, something we call the whip around. Oh, listen, I was confused. I thought we were going back to the music again. All right, Charles, coming back to you, 10 seconds or less. Go ahead and give me your plays here.
Absolutely. EPL, Man United, Sheffield, or Gary Sheffield United. Both teams are scoring over 2.5. Newcastle, Crystal Palace over 3 full-time goals, and Everton, Liverpool over 3 full-time goals. Lastly, League One, Marseille, Nice. Nice first half team total over 0.5. Monaco, Lille over 2.7 full-time, and Lorient, PSG over 3 full-time goals.
I'm terrible with those names, but Raphael, I'm good with yours. Go ahead and give us your 2 plays.
If you had Charles over 10 seconds to announce all his plays, you can hash your tickets. Golden Knights, Dallas Stars under 6 for me. My $1.20 in this one. Stars need this game. Defense would be the key. And give me the Guardians team total over 3.5. The quietest, best team in baseball at -130. They put up 5 runs or more tonight.
All right, I'm going to go here, and that's Kevin Love, all NBA, over 5.5 points at -102. He had 7 points in the first half. Last time, I expect him to kind of replicate that again. Sam Hauser, the dude just is lighting it up from deep. 4 3-pointers last game. I expect him to easily score 6 points or 2 3-pointers, whatever the better bet you can find. And then Al Horford, the old man, just keeps coming up clutch. All we need is 7 points. He had 10 last game. A lot of those were in the second half. I expect them to get him a little bit earlier, more involved in this game. AB, what you got?
All right, so one play here. It's combo parlay plus 105. We're going Coastal Carolina money line. And we are going the Marlins and Braves, both teams to score 2+ runs. And I saw in the chat, they asked who would buckets take in regards to the home run props. Now, look, we all know George Soler, that would be his number one guy. But after he rolled the dice, you would end up getting somebody like Chadwick Tromp, right? The catcher for the Braves. You'd end up getting a Max Muncy. Yeah, I mean, it would be wild, man. But yeah, George Soler, that's always a guy.
Yeah. Solar power for sure. So great job out of everybody today, for sure. But also, Raphael, we have more coming up on tomorrow's show that we want to hit on. Is a little bit more NFL stuff. Raphael, do you have kind of a tease that we might be talking about a little bit more today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're talking about some crazy stuff. Over under cats be shown on TV in the NFL draft. Dogs shown on TV NFL draft. What color Caleb Williams' nail polish will be. Everyone thinks it's going to be orange because he's going to be a bear. So a lot of that fun stuff. How many people will cry, hugging. I love doing crazy stuff bets, and I've done some crazy ones.
I like it. All right. Well, excellent show from everyone today, but you know what time it is. It's time for the closing bell. All right, AB, I have someone backing me now. And so a little bit of help from me, and that is I'm powered by Toad Sports. And so shout out to Toad for backing me and giving me some love. But let's go ahead and show some love to the crew, and let's see what the poll looks like.
Yeah, shout out to Toad indeed. And the crew has chosen the Pelicans plus 7.5, -110. That is the crew's choice. Now, in the chat, there was a quick question that I wanted to, or two of them actually. All right, so Tony says schedule for today. Same thing. Goat says, all right, baseball show today. Yes, 2 p.m. Eastern, college baseball show will drop. We only have 2 games, so we can't really, hit on any like totals. So that stinks, but we'll do it tomorrow for sure. But today, 2 p.m. Eastern, and we'll break down everything that we have coming up this weekend, games to pay attention to, series to pay attention to, and Illinois. My God, if the books give you Illinois, bet Illinois. They are just on absolute fire, man.
Yep, I like that. So 1 p.m., is that too early? Because I feel like the books just hate giving us any kind of run lines, any kind of plays for college baseball.
Oh, dude, here's the crazy part, right? Is that it's been inconsistent every single day, right? Of what time that they come out, who they give. Last year we had team totals that we could bet on, like all kinds of stuff. They've taken away so much, and I totally get it. Not a lot of people bet on the sport, right? But, dude, like Man, I miss those team totals because, dude, we used like all throughout regionals, super regionals, of the College World Series, we would play team totals, a money line, and the over-under in the game, right? The same game. And we would just nail 2 out of 3 because you could literally just use the numbers to your advantage. I guess they caught on and they stopped letting us do it. But yeah, man, that's the tough part. And I apologize for it, not coming out yesterday. Like, again, just fighting, just inconsistency, man. It's brutal, dude. It's brutal.
Yeah, that's what Phil Winmore says is the inconsistency from the books. And then Jesse, the books are getting a little stingy, locking down the odds like crazy and putting them out late. That it helps them because it doesn't allow people to hop on so early and it limits a little bit their exposure. So I appreciate that. AB, awesome job as always. Let's go ahead and get him out here.
You did great, man. You did great, DG. Nice job.
Appreciate that. All right, producer, man, we got to send AB out of here. We got to let him make his bed for the day, but you know what time it is. Listen, Coach isn't here, but I appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate the crew. The crew has been amazing for me, as always, backing me, loving on me as you all have. But you know what time it is. You got your marching orders. Let's let all of these tickets straight to the pay window, to my guy, my running mate, Charles, out in the dirty to Raphael. Our numbers, man, just always killing it as he always does. Then the 5-tool player, he makes this show go. And producer, man, nobody's going to see him, but I promise you, he is the most improved and most underrated, as always. But I am Daniel Greer. You can follow me at Daniel Greer, as always. But do me one favor. Be nice to those out there. You never know what one little thing that you can do can change somebody's life. This is Driving the Line. Have a good day.